What up, my independently dumb dude?
Oh man, that was probably the worst. Hey, people, please do not click off of this podcast yet. This is going to be good. A very important lie that we have been living that
Mm.
permeates our culture. And I think it's significant. I think it's a big deal. Which prompted Stuart's very dumb intro. uh, um, I was listening to something. I was listening to Rick Warren actually, and the sermon. I believe it's "Why We Need Each Other." I think that's what it was called.
Okay.
Um, but in it, he talked about this lie that has just permeated our culture, and really for Americans, this is a really big deal because we live in we think it's part of our national fabric to be independent. The Lone Ranger, we celebrate the Lone Ranger, and then a great point he makes, he goes, yeah, but even the Lone Ranger had Tonto. So
Tonto.
I mean, there's an acknowledgement that to truly be quote unquote independent is not really that desirable. Do life by ourselves, pull ourselves up by our bootstraps, and be financially independent and relationally independent, and all this focus on independence. And I truly believe that it is a lie. And it's
Mm.
a lie that is crippling. It's a lie that has led to ever increasing rates of loneliness. It's a lie that has led to ever increasing rates of suicide, depression, like all these things that we see that are so prevalent in in our society and in our communities. And I think a lot of it has the roots in this lie that the key to happiness is independence. And I even think when you look at things like, someone could even argue, well, financially independent, that's different. That just means that I have the money that's coming in to cover the things, and it's passive, blah blah blah. But even saying financially independent, I think it puts a lot of credit where credit is not due.
Mm.
And that mindset and those words kind of, say you're a real estate investor. Well, the cash that's coming in from your rent may make you quote unquote financially independent, but you kind of rely on tenants to get that rent, right? I'm sure you had a team of real estate professionals, whether it's running funnels, finding deals, a realtor, your mortgage lender, all these people that made that deal or those deals possible. You did not do it independently.
Yeah.
To suggest and use the words that I independently on my own am achieving this thing is just that in and of itself is a lie. And I think it pushes us down a very dark path.
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, this financial independence journey that a lot of people are on within our circle, of real estate investors, businessmen, entrepreneurs. Um, it and we've seen it. Like it's lonely, and you truly cannot do it alone. And even just that idea of passive income, and you know having all this passive income, you don't have to work and you can sit on a beach and drink mai tais. Well, that gets old like really really fast. If you look back to like the COVID days, when we were all forced to quarantine and be inside, what did that do to our society? Like, it made a huge impact on like chronic loneliness and depression. And now, like, this world that we live in, we're all on our phones and we're staring at it, and kids don't even go outside anymore to play on the playgrounds and go and ride their bikes and do fun things. They just stare at their phones, and they're on social media, and they're connecting, right, via the world wide webs, the internet, and the social media, that they've kind of forgotten how to actually connect with each other in person. And being independent is not the answer.
Yeah. No, and I think it's critical when we look at how we were created. and where you find your true happiness. And it's not that everybody, all your time needs to be spent with other people, and because there are introverts and there are extroverts and there are different personalities, but the way, when you look at how we were created, and you look at the interdependence, I think that should be the goal, right? Interdependence,
Yeah.
relying on one another, is the way it's always been. When you go back, if you were an independent hunter, back in the when you were in a tribe, like that just wasn't a thing. Like, you would not have been very successful. You would have starved to death or gotten eaten by another animal, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like or another group would have, pulled you into their group, and you would have been against your will, or willingly, you would have become part of a group. And I just think it's interesting how we have gotten to this point, and not acknowledge our true need for other people. And I'm not talking about marriage. There, some married folks are some of the loneliest people I know.
Mm.
And some single people are some of the most fulfilled in relationships people that I know. So it's not about marriage and kids. It's not what we're talking about. It's about the idea that we don't need anybody else, that we're independent. And I would just say that it's a lie. And the quicker that we, the more quickly we address that and seek companionship, fellowship, community, togetherness, the more quickly we'll be able to address some of these other issues that are very, very, they can be painful. It can be chronic, whether it's sickness or other negative impacts of loneliness. And just acknowledging it is step one, man. It's always step one. Acknowledging it and then doing something about it, right? Becoming part of a community, and living a purpose that's bigger than yourself, I think, is also huge.
Yeah.
This whole independence, like, you're focused on yourself and your achievements, and this lie that you've done on your own anyways. But getting outside of that and giving back and serving and participating, I think these are definitely places where I want to be. That's why, we see such huge impact in the Storehouse Mastermind. Like, you just see men coming together, being intentional, talking about things that we've been told that's not what men talk about. That's not what men do. Men don't have fun. Like, what are you talking about? That's a craziness. That is craziness, right? It is craziness. Like, we were created to have fun together. We were created to have deep relationships, to cry together, to be vulnerable, to share. Like, that's how we're most natural. And so I think we should really be intentional with getting back to that. To acknowledging it, to getting back to it, and to getting out of a lie, getting back to health, man, getting back to healthy, and getting back to sharing, and getting back to love, and these things that happen. Everybody wants love. Well, it's kind of hard to just love by yourself independently. I have independent love. Well, that sounds really fun.
About the heartsies and the likesies, and the emoji hearts on the instas and the book of face.
Hey, man, really
That's
important things. But hey, I will
that's
tell you,
love.
though, to that point, the things that happen in your brain, and the dopamine, and all the stuff, not only is there an addictive factor, and when they look at the brain, like, they can see the brain reshaping itself, reforming itself because of the addiction. But when you really dig into the likes, I think you start hitting the real reason why that's so. You're looking for a connection, you're looking for a relationship, you're looking for those things, and it's a lie that the like is truly giving that to you. But because we want it so badly, because we were built that way, to some people that's going to be an endless cycle of seeking that, right? And it's unfortunate, it's sad, but it just continues to go to that lie that, well, I just need to get on Facebook and get some likes. I need more followers. Like, come on, man. You need a hug. You need to get with a person, get a hug, maybe
Bear
a little
hug,
smooch.
a bear hug from Goody.
Yeah. And I'll give you a smooch too, man.
Hmm.
Italian style, dude. I loved Italy. Cheek kisses, my
Yeah,
favorite.
good stuff.
My favorite.
Don't be dumb. Seek interdependent. C, not the other.
It's
It's not.
not independence, but interdependence. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, that thing.
Yeah, that thing. Yeah. Yeah, you're dumb. But it's not dumb dude, right? It's not dumb dude. It's dumb dudes because we do it together.
True that. Deep, my friend. Deep.
Cheers, my friend.
Cheers. See ya.
Go Raiders.